Hey guys, it's Julia from Next Door Fangirl, and today I'm going to be doing the BookTube Newbie Tag. I first saw this tag on SaratheStorydwellers channel, which I will leave a link to down below for her video. And the original creator, I believe, is Brenda C, whose video I will also link down below. So this tag is really just a series of questions about why you want to do BookTube and what you hope to accomplish in BookTube and all that stuff. So let's get started. There are 7 questions, and I'm just taking these questions from the description box of Brenda C's BookTube Newbie Tag video. So the first question, I started this channel because I wanted to obviously talk about books, and I also want to talk about movies and TV shows, all like that nerdy stuff, but also because the BookTube community to me just seemed so inviting and welcoming, and I loved all the people that were on it. I loved watching their videos, and I just thought, like, why not give it a shot? Why not try and join this community? And I think I started it because I thought it would be fun. So, and so far it has been. So, yeah. I don't know, I think that, for now, I'm probably just going to do like the usual stuff, reviews, tags, wrap-ups, TBRs, all that stuff. I'm not going to limit myself to just books on this channel. I want to talk about movies and TV shows and all the other things that I'm passionate about because, there are a lot of them. So I guess that'll be kind of maybe unique. I don't know. I think that as I go on, I'll be able to kind of hopefully come up with more creative stuff to do. Less traditional, more unique things. But for now, hopefully I'm just going to have fun with it. And I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about, and if you're interested, give it a watch. I'm most excited for the community aspect of BookTube. I'm most excited to make friends on BookTube and get to know people and, have kind of like a social life here. Because I think that, for someone like me who's kind of like nerdy and quirky, it's hard to find like the people that you really connect with. It's hard to find your niche, and YouTube, there are just so many people out there, and you're bound to find people that you connect with on some sort of level. So I'm looking forward to just meeting all of you. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to think about the things that I have opinions on, to getting to know you, and all that stuff I'm really excited for. I love reading for really the same reason that Brenda C actually said. I just watched her video. And kind of for it's like the escape factor of it. Not that there's anything horrible with my own world or anything, but, books, there's no limit in a book. You can do anything, and, well, the characters can do anything, the world can be anywhere, and anything can happen, and it's exciting, and it allows you to explore places that you would never be able to explore otherwise, and I think that's just such a beautiful, sorry, I keep messing with my hair, such a beautiful thing. And I think that it's so cool to be able to go into these worlds that, only exist in your imagination, because, there's so much potential, I think, in our minds, and we can create all these amazing places, and books allow us to go in them. And, you don't go in them alone because you're connected to everyone else who's read that book. And I think that I think it's so cool. I love the story aspect of it. I love the worlds and the characters that we get to meet and live through by reading. So I actually used to hate reading. Don't go off on me in the comments, please. I was never good at reading. I'm still a pretty slow reader, actually. In like 1st grade, I was in a special help class for reading. A special help class for reading because I hated to read. You could not get me to read. I don't know why I hated it, but I did. In 3rd grade or 4th grade, I read this book for a book report called The Island of the Blue Dolphins. Let me just look it up. I believe it's by Scott Odell, I believe is his name. Yeah, so Island of the Blue Dolphins by Scott Odell. And I'm trying to think what grade this is. I think this was in 3rd grade. I can remember my book report. Well, I can't remember what was on it, but I remember getting up to present it. And it was a PowerPoint, and we weren't in our classroom for some reason. We were in another room, I think, and it was dark, and the door was over here, and the smart board or whatever board was behind me. I don't know why I remember this so vividly. I may actually be making it up, who knows. But yeah, I read this book for a book report, and I loved it for some reason, and I hardly even remember what it was about. Okay, so it was about like a girl who was on an island alone off the coast in the Pacific, and I really don't remember what happens in it, but okay, this is the thing. As a kid, I was like obsessed with dogs. I mean, I still kind of am. Oh, I used to have dog statues right here. And I would only read books that were about dogs and had dogs on the covers, and their main character was a dog. So this book does have a dog in it, and I loved him. Oh my god, I do not remember this book at all. God, how old? Winner of the Newbery Medal in 1961. Published in 2010. So 2010 minus 50 would be 1960. So this was published in 1960. Okay, I did not know it was that old. But yeah, for some reason this book I loved it, and I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed reading it, and I saw that I could enjoy a book. And I wasn't by any means like a huge reader after that. And then I read Twilight, and that was, I think, what really made me become. I went through periods of reading. So after I read Twilight and New Moon probably right after each other, and I was in 5th grade, and my parents were a little wary about letting me read the other ones, about reading Eclipse and Breaking Dawn, because, you know, got some sex in them. I read Eclipse. I tried reading I didn't get to Breaking Dawn after that, until maybe my freshman year of high school, or maybe even my sophomore year, and I just couldn't really get into it, so I've never actually finished that book. But Twilight really like got me into reading, and like kind of got me into like that fantasy aspect. And then of course I read Harry Potter, and I remember sitting down with Harry Potter, and I was downstairs in the playroom. We call it playroom because that's where like we used to play as kids. And I had the book, and I was just telling myself, I was like, I will not like this more than Twilight. I will not like this more than Twilight. And I mean, I love it. I think at this point I would rank it above Twilight. You know, I read that whole series, and again, that was another series. I think that really just solidified my love of reading. And even after that, though, it's not like I read a lot. I go through like periods where I read a lot, I guess. Like if I'll find a series, then I'll read all that. But I'm hoping, that's another hope for this channel, that it's gonna force me to read a lot more, because I love it, and I just don't do it as much as I should. That's a really long answer to that question. So the first person that I ever found on BookTube was Christine on Pullin' Bananas books. So she's probably one of my she's probably like she's the one that I feel like I owe, you know, my gratitude to for introducing me to this world. So she's one of my favorites. Katytastic is one of my favorites. Jesse the Reader is one of my favorites, and abookutopia is one of my favorites. So those are really like my 4 main favorites. I'll leave links to all their channels down below. I don't know what I would ask them. I guess I'd ask them, oh my god, this is weird. I don't know, I really I gotta think about this. I would ask them, how do you manage, you know, your like YouTube channel with the rest of your life? Because I mean, that's essentially their jobs. I mean, like it takes up so much like of their time. Like, I guess how do you manage it, you know, and how do you like build that kind of like empire on your own, I guess that would be my question. I don't even know what I said. So yeah, that whatever I just said. Alright, last question, number 7. I think that the weirdest thing for me for a while is going to be able to figure out how to talk to the camera lens, because it kind of looks like the eye of a Dalek, and it's kind of scary, you know, to talk to. Also, not to look at like the little screen over here, so that like I can position myself like just to kind of glance at it and look back at, you know, talk to the lens. It's a weird dynamic, you know, just to I think to manage this with, you know, the rest of my life. Not that I have an entirely busy life, but you know, when school starts, it's gonna be a bit busier. I have never really had a lot of time for reading, so also being able to, you know, get that in my schedule, make that a priority. But I also think that those are things that are going to help me in the long run, because it'll teach me how to manage my time better, how to, you know, how to do something like this with other stuff going on, and also it'll help me read more, and that is really what this is all about, reading and other nerdy stuff. So yeah, also overcoming the awkwardness you know, kind of becoming more of an easy presence on screen, I guess. I don't know. I think it'll get easier as it goes on, and I'm really excited for that. So that is all, those are all the questions. I will leave the links again for all those channels down below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!